Hi, I'm Kathy Salata. I have lived experience with an eating disorder, and my career and education were in marketing. And as a marketer, our goal is to try to get people to buy things, right? That is our goal. Yet I think in 2024, with all the information at our disposal, why do people still fall for diets? And so I did a lot of research. It really helped me on my recovery journey. And I hope it does the same for you. So let's get started. So during my research, I was looking at what are the origins? How did this all happen? I think back to when, the 1800s, when there were these people who would claim, "Oh, I have the miracle elixir," is what they used to call it, and it would cure blindness and weight, and it would just cure everything underneath the sun. Yet in 2024, we're still falling for some of these. In fact, in the United States, $61 billion is spent on diet products alone in the United States every single year. And in fact, the average woman who is at birth designated a woman goes on an average of 64 diets by the age of 45. That's more than one every single year. Can you imagine how much time, energy, and money is spent on these diets and diet products? Imagine that. Yet, 97% of all people who go on a diet will regain their weight and probably a little bit more within a 3-year period. 97%. And it makes me think, if any other company or industry did this, they would be out of business. Imagine if I went and told you, "Hey, your next airplane flight, your airline has a 3% success rate." You would never fly that airline. Same thing with a car, 3% success rate. You would never drive in that car. Yet the health industry has done a wonderful job at saying, "Oh, it's not our fault, it's your fault." And that leads to even more dieting because there's shame, there's guilt, there's a moral compass that people impose on someone's weight. And so I just find that so absolutely fascinating. Now, in the way back in when Greece and Rome were the superpowers, they created a book called The Art of Living Long. And what they found was a person's health also impacted their mind. So a good health, good mind. You didn't have to be a particular body size. And when we see those Roman statues, that was not what everyone looked like. That was more of an ideal, but you had a healthy body, you had a healthy mind. Italy, this is the fruits, herbs, and vegetables. This is where the Mediterranean diet first comes into play. This is over 500 years ago. And then the natural method of curing diseases in the body. Also, it happened in Europe. This is where you started journaling your foods and things along those lines. Again, there was a lot on moderation and different things that went into your body. Now, the first big selling diet book was called On Corpulence. And this is where we see a trend where it worked for me, it will work for you too. Now, he did this. The gentleman who wrote this book, he would eat 14 ounces of meat a day, and I believe 18 ounces of alcohol. So, not really a balanced diet there. And they're saying that there's a whole back story behind that, but that is the real best-selling diet book. Then we have Fletcherism. This became a trend where you would chew your food 32 times. It would get almost liquid like. Anything left over, you would spit out. Not a very good diet, not a very good thing to do socially either. Now, this is also when insurance industry came into being, because the weight, the BMI all became kind of a fad. Then we have where you journal your calories with the book, Dieting and Health with Key to Calories. I looked through some old advertisements and was just absolutely amazed as at what I saw. Look at this one on the left, a way to ingest tapeworm eggs. Same thing with the one in the middle. Let's eat tapeworms so we can enjoy our food and not worry about it. Cigarettes on the right, light a lucky, and you'll never miss sweets that make you fat. Well, you'll get lung cancer, but that's another story. So then we have this big trend because carbs become a very bad word. It's all about Mediterranean food, meats, vegetables, caveman diet, paleo, Atkins, all of those things just resurface time and time again, and they rework it in a little bit of different ways. I found another one, bile beans, take at bedtime, and it's going to make you happy, healthy, and slim. Here's a gentleman who talks about the most developed man. We have obesity soap coming into play, and really interesting things. We think, how could they fall for those things? But let's take a look and see if we're still falling for them. Can you imagine wearing this garment? It's a medicated rubber garment that will shrink your body. Here's another advertisement to take amphetamines to reduce your weight. Here's another one, a foolproof way to get smaller without dieting or drugs or exercise. And that's where you just put a corset on, you don't breathe for the rest of the day. And then there's there's a shift where thin people are on this camp, overweight people on this camp. You can see the first ad I could find for Lane Bryant, right? The big girl clothes or big people clothes at that time. Here's one with Dexedrine, another amphetamine to get you riled up and to lose your weight, another advertisement to allow you to stay thin. We see this in the 80s, though. You know, we have workout. You wear almost something very similar to a swimsuit, you work out in it. We have the Thigh Master because we have to have those perfect thighs. And then I also see in some of these ads a moral judgment. Oh my goodness, no one wants to look at you when you're overweight, so you need to put a sweatshirt on. Absolutely ridiculous. You know why she's wearing that sweatshirt, don't you? I mean, there's so much I could go on about that for years. 1990s, we have Slim Fast. 2024, we have soup cleanses, juice cleanses. I see every time I go to the grocery store, I see a cayenne, lemon, ginger super shot. It's going to help you stay thin. Add a little apple cider vinegar, and you're good to go. So the things that we saw before, history may not repeat itself, but it rhymes, right? So some of these things look familiar. So I want to leave us with this. I want you to really be curious and see if these things really work. Think about this. Ozempic I misspelled that. Ozempic that we have now. Spanx, another new version of a girdle, basically. We hear the wellness. It's all about wellness. It's a lifestyle choice. It's not a diet. Intermittent fasting, we see very trendy right now. Just another way to not listen to your body, not listen to your body's hunger cues. Being pre-diabetic. I hear this word all of the time. I believe everyone is pre-diabetic because we're not diabetic, so we're pre-diabetic, right? So it's very interesting how they say that. The big term I see right now, every ad I see now, oh, let's reduce inflammation. Okay, another way to get diets in there. So I just wanted to share this with you so that you know that although these things may sound good, they may seem like a magic pill. Let's be honest, it really isn't. And something that worked for someone may not work for you, and vice versa. I've learned through my own, painfully, I've learned to listen to my body. And what I've learned is if I trust my body trusts me. When I was restricting, my body didn't trust me. I had a lot of digestive issues. I had a lot of things going on. As I learned to trust my body, go through the process, day in and day out, consistently show up, my body started to trust me. Now I know, oh, if it's such and such in time, oh, it's not lunchtime, it's not dinner time, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. So listening to your body is such a wonderful tool, but unfortunately, people can't make money on it. So I would love for you to stay curious, be a little bit cynical and skeptical about that weight loss industry because it's there to make money. Thank you so much for your time.